Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for watching us and thank you so much for being with us for every episode. Today we have with us Tommy Diependaal and we are going to talk about leadership. Welcome, Tommy.
Thank you. Nice to be with you. Very pleasure.
Thank you so much. Tommy, he is a 61 years old fitness coach. He has 4 decades in the industry and 25 years as a coach. His focus is currently on helping people have a healthier lifestyle and mindset through his fitness coaching programs. Tommy, tell us more about your story. How did you start on this journey and why did you choose this topic? What are some of the obstacles that you faced?
Well, actually, it was always my hobby. So I had a normal job until I was 40. I had even a company on the side in the IT. I'm not an ITer, but I talk pretty well. So I get my contracts, even government-related contracts, and then I find the people to fulfill the work. And that all did go well. And so related to the work, I was then from abroad, a little bit more adventure in the life. And my business partner, he had was a second generation from Indonesia. I'm original from the Netherlands, so many Indonesian background people in Netherlands. So I thought, yeah, interesting. But well, we get a little bit of twist. So I end up in Thailand and was working out for myself, and people start to ask me or I could help them out with some advice. And from there, I was running into coaching. So it was a hobby, but because opportunity was there, and then I run into coaching. From Thailand, I came then in Lao PDR, that is beside Thailand. Laos, most people will know it. And I was getting people about my age or even older, and I was helping them feeling better, longevity. And that's how I end up in my specialization, longevity, business people, get the mindset right. I think if you get your mindset right with sport, then you will get it with anything in life. You can handle any obstacle.
Absolutely, I fully agree with you. Thank you so much, Tommy. What I would like to ask you is, do you think that our health and our energy level, which comes from our health, has any impact on our leadership skills?
Yes, if I look back to one of my clients, one of the richest people here in Laos, one of the biggest companies. And when I started to work with him, because I was already working with his daughter and his son-in-law, and he had a lot of health issues. After 6 months with me, he was cutting down on medicine. And when then business friends came by the house because he had a private gym, then he said, he is my fitness coach. No, he's not my fitness coach. He is my mind doctor. He changed everything in you. And well, he was getting more energy. The daughter was saying on the yearly outing, normally he would step back in the hotel room, now participate with everything and feeling much better. So I think that health is a major impact on how business leaders handle the daily tasks.
Absolutely, absolutely. I fully agree with you. If you want to take care of your dog, please
No, it's
go
okay.
ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Absolutely, Tommy. And I fully agree with you. And especially in this period with the pandemic, I think we realize more and more how important it is to take care of our health. And unfortunately, there are so many people who don't pay attention at all. They just let themselves get into all these bad habits, if I can call them like that. And I know that this takes courage and this takes a lot of rituals, or even, I don't know if I can call it commitment, to really stay on track.
Yeah, sometimes they ask about motivation, how they can be motivated. I said, it's not about motivation, it's about commitment. So when you build up a business, then it is also not, oh, I'm motivated to build a business. No, you are committed to build a business, or you have a good day or a bad day. You don't. You just know what your daily task is, and that is what you have to do. So with most or with all my clients, I tell them, you don't make time. You don't look for time. You make time. So same as with your other appointments, you put your time in your agenda. From this is my 30 minutes of workout, for example, because on average, I sit between 30 minutes to maximum 1 hour. People that think that they need to work 3 to 4 hours per day, not for normal average people that want to be fit. If you are in top sport, a different story, but for us as business people that also want to be fit, minimum half hour per day to 1 hour, and you can do it even in 2 sessions. Let's say you do what in the morning or lunch break or the evening. It is very easy to mix it in with your other tasks that are filling up the agenda.
This is really good information and valuable information, if I dare to say. And I know that also for myself, this has been a big struggle, because I am proposing to myself, I will wake up early and I'm going to do exercises. And then the day goes on and I'm not doing it. So it really takes a lot of effort, I think, and in the mindset to really put it in place. And the question would be, how can we do it easier? Is there a way to really stay committed?
It's for me, I always say to my clients, see your body as a computer. So you program the software. So even as a coach, I did have a sidestep, and I worked 1 year as a GM operations in a pretty rich company here in Laos. And of course, like you said, then I had to change my normal training hours because as the GM, I had always to show up by some evening dinner parties and stuff like that, because business is also socialized and get connected with people to get something get done. So then I had to do it in the morning. I was first not used to it. So you have also this 5 a.m. club. So I make my time more early so that I had my job done before I start with my daytime job. So it is sometimes it is start with little steps. So if you normally get up 7 o'clock, then start to get up 6:30. If you come a little bit short, but you're already used to 6:30, then start with 6 o'clock. I mean, it's the same if you change your nutrition to a more healthier one that your body will thank you for. You don't change the whole thing from on Sunday you are still eating pizza and everything that is maybe not so good for you. And then on Monday you go take everything out and you only eat an, let's say, a vegetarian diet while you was before a heavy carnivore. No, start with little steps, eat a little bit less meat, or skip 1 day and 1 day only vegetarian or vegan. Don't do it in one time, because that is, well, that is a run to failure.
Absolutely, and this reminds me a lot of myself, because I used to do this a lot, and sometimes I'm still doing it, like radical changes, and then I realize they don't really work. And indeed, this requires discipline and commitment and baby steps, as you mentioned, because we need to build those rituals, because if not, we are going to give up. Thank you so much, Tommy.
Yeah. So one little thing when you say baby steps, it's also about habits, right? There are so many books from habits in business and other things in life. But even with habits, we can have mini habits. So every day you implement a mini habit, and when it then is a daily task that you do without thinking, then you can put another mini habit, and in that way you split up the normal habits to get to a better life.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you so much. What I would like to ask you is, do you think that anyone can do it? Anyone can really get in a good shape, and everyone can become a leader in their businesses and also in their career? Do you think anyone can do this?
Yes, I'm totally convinced on that. For my fitness, then I see my youngest client is on the moment 16. For me, it was impossible to think about that I, as a 16-year-old, would have a little belly, but lifestyle was at that time different. So he is concerned about it. He don't want to be a big muscular superstar. He just want to be in a fit body without a belly. So 16, get the right step. My oldest client is 67. Started a couple of years ago. Plus he have a deformed back spine. So he have a little bump on his back. Another thing he have, even because of a heavy accident, that the one side of the brain is not 100% working. So he feels something in the left arm, but it is actually in the right arm. So for me, this in the beginning, then it was very hard because everything that he did, he was right away checking for his blood pressure, his heartbeat. And after 2 years, it all get well. So it doesn't matter where you stand. It just take time. And like you already mentioned before, commitment. Make the commitment and then the results will follow, as well in business, as well in sport.
Absolutely.
Without commitment, nothing happens.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tommy. And this also makes me think about the fact that sometimes we commit and then we don't really keep our word, or we change our mind, or I don't know, life just comes into the way and then we find excuses. And how can we deal with these excuses? Are they real, or are they just happening in our mind because we want to escape a certain situation? Or how can we deal with these moments when we are not capable actually to keep our commitments?
Well, I say there's always mindset. So even with my young superstar, then he said, oh no, I cannot do it, I cannot do it. And then I talk a little bit and give examples about mindset. And then in a certain moment, he can do what he thought physical was impossible for him on this moment. I see, I said, so when you set your mindset different, then it works. So a big part on my lifestyle fitness program is about mindset. So that is also for me. So with COVID and the whole pandemic, I had to change my mindset, how I approach and work with my clients. In the past, I would say, I didn't see 100% value in online coaching. Now I even see a 200% value in online coaching because I see so many things that I can do now. But okay, that was for me as a business person. In the meantime, working with a small team, that I had to change my mindset related to online working, and then a commitment to find all the tools that are good for me and that I can then use to make my clients get better results. So there I help them also with mindset. So I think that I have a much better contact with my clients with online coaching than with face-to-face. And I see that in a lot of people in business also, in the beginning, they didn't like it, and outside of the office and with meetings, and now it is so common that meetings happening as what we do now, just in a Zoom. And in 5 years, we don't know even any difference anymore. Then it is probably we need to talk to an old person from, well, do you remember the old days when you had meetings in a meeting room? Now we're sitting just in a camera. It gives so much more time freedom, and time freedom worked and also again on your health and a healthier mindset.
Absolutely. And I fully agree with you, Tommy. Thank you so much for bringing this up, because this also makes me think about other businesses and other business owners who faced the pandemic and who, as you mentioned, just stopped because they didn't know what to do. And I see that you adapted, you changed your mindset and you adjusted to the circumstances, and you said to yourself, this is not going to stop me. What would you advise to the younger generations who actually stopped because they were afraid, because there is the unknown, because maybe they were hoping that the pandemic is going to go away?
I think the younger generation, or in general, people need to be more fearless to step out of the comfort zone. we people are now so afraid to step out where you are comfortable. See, from the first time that I had to speak for an audience from 1,000 people, I didn't think about it. Well, I had no time to think about it because I didn't know that I had to speak. I was just tasked from, okay, Sir Tommy, can you address this? And I had to stand up and was standing for 1,000 people, and okay, I had to talk. You must not overthink many changes or whatever. Just step in, and solutions will find you. If you everywhere see problem will find you. If you everywhere see solutions will come to you.
Absolutely, I fully agree with you, and this also required a lot of change in my mindset and in myself, because I always saw like people wanted something from me, or I thought that they wanted something from me, and I was always trying to give something else. And even with this project I'm doing currently with you, with the other coaches, I realized there is so much more. That whenever you are stepping out of your comfort zone and you dare to do something bigger, something that was not done before, something magical is happening. And now I am experiencing that many coaches are actually proposing themselves to help me. And the idea was that I was going to help them. So you never know how situations will turn on and how life is going to show you a different path.
Yeah, correct. So I'm in a mastermind group for building an online coaching business, and there's another coach, and then he was calling in the mastermind group for some documentation that he could use for the client. So he said, "Have anybody this in a PDF file?" So yeah, I had it. I said, "Yeah, I have something like that. Please, can you send me?" Some people would say, "From hey, why you sent it? He will take away." From your clientele. No, first of all, he have an other niche. And how many people are online? 3 billion, 4 billion people. So I think there's more than enough for everybody. You see also in, let's say here in Laos, but more in Thailand, then you have a street, and then one street full with shops that offer the same product. The first time that I walked there, then I was from how they can make business if you have just 20, 30 shops that shop beside shop all offer the same product. But they survive, they make business. So there's more than enough. If the market is big enough, then there's more than enough for the servants people.
Absolutely, and I fully agree with you, because I believe that there has to be a change in our mindset. We have too many limiting beliefs that we grew up with, or we have maybe the mindset of an employee when we get into the business, when we are a business owner. And I believe that as business owners, we need to start thinking as leaders. And this is something that you mentioned in one of our previous discussions. We are managers and we are leaders. As business owners, we are no longer the operational staff.
No, correct. Like I had in our previous conversation, as a business owner, or you call yourself a managing director or a CEO, whatever. But if you are in charge of your business, find people that can do the job better than that you do by yourself. And you are just a puppet player. And then it doesn't sound too negative, but you control all the puppets, all the players in your team, and how better the team members feel themselves, how better they perform. So in the Netherlands, when I had my IT consulting company, every Friday I would take my staff to a tapas restaurant that was just around the corner, and they could eat and drink whatever they want. And then some they say, oh, but they will take advantage. No, they didn't. Some they had just 1 or 2 glasses and a little tapa, had a little talk after work, and they go. But they were then also very helpful in the weekdays when you ask a little step extra, because they see also that the boss was giving a little step extra. So it will always work both ways.
Absolutely. I fully agree with you. And I really believe that we need to work more with our minds. And I always say that if we control our mind, we control our life. And this is
Okay.
something that is going also to appear in the book Design Tomorrow. I am so happy to have you here, Tommy. Thank you so much for being with me.
Well, I was very pleased that you want to have me and that we get a second talk after the last time technical problems.
I always believe that if we have obstacles, we just have to find another way, another path. There is always another path that is going to lead you somewhere else. And there is always a reason why you are taking that path. I have no
Yes.
doubt about it.
Yeah.
Before
And
we are
sometimes it even
closing,
gets better.
yes, exactly, absolutely. Before we are closing, Tommy, how can people get in contact with you if they want to hire you as a coach?
Well, they can check me up as Tommy Diependaal on Facebook or LinkedIn, or I think you have also a link from me. If they ask you the link, then they can connect with me there. And I would say, book a free chat and let's find out, or I'm the best coach. I mean, I'm a good coach. It doesn't mean that I'm a good fit for every person. Some have different needs. That is not my specialization, but then for sure I can help them in the direction to someone that will help them for what they need. But I'm after 40 years, I think I have a broad knowledge about fitness, lifestyle, and mindset.
Absolutely, I have no doubt about it. Definitely. And I believe also, as you mentioned, that sometimes all we have to take is one step because then someone else is going to help us move forward. And unfortunately, we are doubting always whether people are really helping us, whether they are looking for something in exchange, and we don't take that leap of faith.
Correct.
Thank you so
Yeah, I
much,
totally
Tommy.
agree with that.
Thank you for being with me, and thank you for all the knowledge that you share with us. And I am
Well, it
going
was a
to see
pleasure to
you.
be with you, and I really enjoy it.
I enjoyed it as well. And I am going to see you in the next episode when we have another chance to speak. Thank you
I'm
so
looking
much.
forward.
And for those of you who are listening, stay connected because there is so much more coming. Leadership, happiness, mindset in business, and marketing. These are all topics that you need to handle, that you need to get in control of, because then you are going to be able to design your tomorrow. Stay with us until the end. With
Yeah.
each episode, you are going to learn more.